Well, welcome to Disease Control Priority, third time around. I'm Dean Jamison. I'm the principal investigator on this project at the University of Washington's Department of Global Health. The Disease Control Priorities effort goes back quite a long way now, 20 years or so, and began at the World Bank, and I was associated with it at the beginning. And our objectives at the bank in the early 90s were to be thinking about how high a priority to place on the interventions against non-communicable disease that were becoming quite prominent in the epidemiological profiles of many low and middle income countries, while at the same time there remained and remains a huge burden of infectious disease, childhood death, excess fertility, undernutrition. How to put interventions against this epidemiological diversity into a reasonable comparative perspective was the principal objective of what we were trying to do then, and to look in that effort and in the work that's continued at how much health you get for $1 million spent if you provide an intervention, say immunization against measles, versus any of a number of interventions against heart disease or tuberculosis. How relatively efficient are they, given the knowledge that's available on how all the interventions work and what it costs to put them in place. This time, in the third edition of volume that's been published by the World Bank for its first two editions, we are re-examining those questions with a broader information base, but we're also putting the work much more into the context of priorities within economic development, priorities from the perspective of a finance ministry or a planning ministry, priorities from the perspective of a development assistance agency across sectors. And that means we need to be thinking about not only how much health we buy for $1 million spent on intervention, we need to be analyzing how valuable that health is and what the non-health consequences of the intervention might be, say in water supply and sanitation interventions, which have obviously important health consequences, but many other domains of consequence as well, to add those up in a consistent benefit cost framework. So our efforts this time go beyond the maximization or thinking about how to do better on value for money in health, and thinking about how health interventions can contribute most efficiently to economic development overall.